Continuación, Noticias Caracol, primera edición 5:30. Tú nos ves, Caracol TV.
Welcome to Caracol News. Today, May 28, 2022, 6:38 p.m. here in Medellin, 27 degrees Celsius with humidity and wind. Today, I'm gonna talk about how humans are destroying our world. On numerous occasions, the regions and countries of the world that have a valuable source of natural wealth also suffer from various environmental problems. This center of irrational use of natural resources and environmental deterioration can be found in Colombia, the second country in the world that experiences more environmental conflicts on a daily basis. Without adopt the loss of forest, water and biodiversity puts the security of the Latin America country at risk. Fighting against deforestation and protecting environmental, social and indigenous leaders are two changes that are present again in the new year in Colombia. Topics that Colombia experts expect to be presented in the presidential campaigns. Some of them are related to commitments made in 2021, such as the protection of 30% of Colombia's marine space by 2022, greenhouse gas emissions by 51%, and applying the new law has pushes deforestation. They require planning and action so as not remain only the speech. The alarms are in Colombia. Air pollution that is recorded in the country's large city is a latent problem that seems to be increasing. According to the organization WHO, Colombia is the second country in Latin America with the most polluted air, with an average of 19 million. So the territory, Bogotá, the capital, registers a value of 15 PM2.5 expert. Quantity is the mark that produce. Now with our reporter Raquel Pietro that is gonna talk about the elections.
Somos unos cracks, como Jairo, que sale de la U a picadito, o Juliana, crack emprendedora, y Mateo, el crack del parche. Para todos llega Chococono Crack, con helado de vainilla, cobertura de chocolate y crispy muy crack. Chococono, ahora más grande, más crack. Chococono, el cono de los colombianos.
Chococono viene en un empaque plástico. Recuerda hacer botellas de amor con él. Recuerda reciclar el empaque de Chococono para no contaminar el medio ambiente.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Martina. Today I'm going to talk about the biography of two candidates, Fico Gutiérrez and Gustavo Petro. There are two of the most popular candidates from the 2022-2026 presidential elections. Okay, first with Fico. Fico, civil engineer, urban planner, politician and urban security consultant. Antioqueño, who was born in Medellin, and a place he was mayor for 4 long years. Not before he was a candidate, but he didn't win because Aníbal Gaviria won that elections to be mayor of Medellin. But then Fico surprised us because on March 13, 2022, he was elected as the sole candidate for the 2022 presidential elections by the civic movement We Believe Colombia, in the political coalition called Equipo por Colombia, now with Gustavo Petro. Gustavo Francisco Petro Urrego, named this way because his father and grandpa, who were born in Ciénaga de Oro, Córdoba, April 26, 1960, is a Colombian politician and economist of Italian descent. From an early age, he lived in Zipaquirá, Cundinamarca, and in this city he held various public positions. He was a mayor from Bogotá, and many Colombianos are voting for him in these elections. Well, since 2018, he has been a senator of the Republic for the 2018-2022 legislative period, and he is the founding leader of the Colombia political movement, Colombia Humana. Now from Egypt. Fico in Medellin, the place where he was born. He is going outstanding in the Colombian elections 2022-2026, and Gustavo Petro is very well in all Colombia, especially in the Pacific areas and Bogota, 36.64% in all Colombia, with more than 96% of the tables scrutinized and informed Federico Gutiérrez, Sergio Fajardo, and Gustavo Petro are consolidate as the winners of the presidential consultations for the elections in Colombia in 2022. Although for a few hours it was known that remained an irreversible trend, with these figures their leadership through the country was confirmed. The above also occurred with the Republic speeches on Sunday night, where each one was present with the other candidates from the various coalitions. That said Google on March 13th, one of the voting days. Well, this Sunday, May 29th, is the first elections for Colombia's presidents. Some people and many social media are saying that Rodolfo Hernández and Gustavo Petro are going to the next elections of June 19th. See you on the next speech of Colombia. Bye. But first, I'm going to tell you that Elena Piedrahita has a very good speech this night.
¿Quieres cambiar tu puesto de votación? Es muy sencillo. Puedes hacerlo desde tu celular. Solo debes descargar la app Infovotantes Congreso o ingresar a inscripcionciudadanos.registraduría.gov.co desde tu dispositivo móvil. También puedes hacerlo de manera presencial en los puntos autorizados y en las sedes de la registraduría en todo el territorio nacional. No dejes pasar el tiempo. Inscríbete y ejerce tu derecho al voto. Somos la registraduría del siglo XXI, garantes de la democracia.
Oh, excuse me. Hello, today I'm going to talk about two products of Colombia. The first one is the coffee. It all started centuries ago in Africa, especially in Ethiopia, where the coffee was initially consumed in infusions or by chewing its leaves. But it was the Arabs who were responsible for its expansions. First throughout the Arab world, arriving in Turkey in 1554, in the 17th century in entire Europe through the port of Venice and spread across the continent to finally reach America. Around the 18th century, those responsible for the expansion across new continents were the Dutch, who no longer wanted to depend on the Arabs. This is how, at the beginning of 18th century, Holland led the world production of coffee. One of the theories about coffee came to Latin America is that it was the Dutch who introduced it through what is New Suriname, and then the French of the beginning of 18th century brought it to Colombia and Brazil. By the 19th century, it had become a very important crop, which was also influenced by the fact that in the middle of the century, the coffee rust attacked the crops of Ceylon, today Sri Lanka, who at the time were the main coffee producers. Now I'm going to talk about bananas. Colombia is one of the major players in the international banana market. As the world number 5 and the number 8 exporter number and supply to the European market, despite climatic ascents and the great expression with the crop. The country began losing momentum from the middle of 2018, the particular because of a chronic lack of investigation. However, the long-awaited return of an established political climate on the more of variable peso or dollar, extension rigor of prevention investigation from both of the public authorities and private operations. Official confirmation in August of 2019 of the presence of Panama. This is in the Tier 4 from a focused international attention of Colombia, the first country in Americas to be affected by the diseases. Now with our reporter, Alicia Gaviria. Bye!
La panela es un ingrediente que ha acompañado a los colombianos toda la vida.
La panela, claro. Recuerdo que mi mamá se levantaba todas las mañanas a partir panela.
Mi abuelo trabajaba en un trapiche, así que si de algo sabemos nosotros es de panela.
En la casa de mi mamá nunca podía faltar la panela, a todos nos encantaba su sabor.
La panela siempre ha estado en el hogar, por eso es el ingrediente de los colombianos. Y de esta tradición nace una nueva inspiración. Se llama panelada.
Panelada tiene panela de altísima calidad que viene de la caña. La granulamos cuidadosamente
Y la agregamos a una deliciosa preparación que también tiene el toque ideal de sabor a limón.
para que disfrutes en todo momento, fría o caliente.
En mi casa nos encanta panelada bien fría, aquí ya no puede faltar.
Panelada, esto sí es mucha belleza, hombre. Se prepara facilito, sin necesidad de hervir.
Panelada caliente es una delicia.
Es que esto sí tiene panela mía, se lo digo yo.
Disfruta panelada, con panela de origen colombiano, avalado por Fede Panela. Panelada, la de la cajita, alcanza para toda la familia por solo 1.000 pesos.
La nueva bebida de los colombianos se llama panelada. La tienes que probar.
La panela es un producto original de Colombia. Recuerde que panela tiene panela 100% colombiana.
Yes. Welcome to Show Caracol, Guinness Record Show Caracol. The longest river in 2022 is the Nile River in the Northeast Africa, and its length is 6,650 kilometers. Look, this is the Nile River. The tallest man on earth is Sultan Kösen, born in 10 of December of 1982. He is a Turkish farmer who holds the Guinness World Records for tallest living male at 2 meters and 15 centimeters. Kösen's growth resulted from the conditions gigantism and acromegaly caused by a tumor affecting his pituitary gland. Due to his condition, he uses crutches to walk. Look, these are the crutches that Sultan Kösen used to walk. The tallest building is the building Burj Khalifa, as of 2022 the largest skyscraper in the world. The Burj Khalifa is in Dubai, standing on one of the most important cities in the United Arab Emirates, standing at 828 meters tall, and it has 153 floors. It has an impressive system of 55 elevators with the capacity to transport up to 14 people, and they are undoubtedly the fastest in the world. Look, this is the Burj Khalifa. The longest nails belongs to Diana Williams, United States, who had tremendous talons that had a combined length of 733 centimeters when measured in March 2021. However, Diana Williams held this record from 2017. At this time, her nails had a combined length of 573 centimeters. Look, these are the nails of Diana Williams. The longest tunnel is the Lardal Tunnel with its 24 kilometers and a half. Lardal Tunnel is the longest tunnel in the world, traversing several mountains formations between Lardal and Narland in western Norway. Construction work began in 1995 and finished at the end of 2000. Look, this is the Lardal Tunnel. The smallest known insect of all at around measure 0.13 millimeters is a wingless male specimen of another fairy wasp, Psychopomorpha egmectaregis, found in the United States. Many insect species are sexually dimorphic, meaning males and females can look so different. They may be confused as different species. Look, this is the Psychopomorpha egmectaregis. The Pan American Highway is the longest highway in the world. In kilometers is 30,000 kilometers. Starting in Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, the road drives south.
going through Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Central America. This is all for today. Good night and have fun. Bye.
Good night and enjoy Desafío the Box. Our world. From each one. Fico in Medellin, the place he was born, he is going outstanding in the Colombian elections 2022-2023. And Gustavo Petro is very well in all Colombia, especially in the Pacific areas and Bogota, 36.64% in Colombia, with more than welcome to Caracol News. Today we are gonna. ¡Ay! ¡Fue madre! Se me descargó el computador, el cable. ¡No paga eso!
Martina, estamos grabando.